comes down to this. 10 fish away from the James River. 10 fish away from accomplishing my goal to become in the top 45. Make the regional. And go fish for $20,000 in a new Ranger bass boat. 10 fish away. I've been looking forward to this since July. My last BFL was on Falls Lake on July 8th, I think it was. Did not have a great day. And that has put me in a position where I have to have 2 good days on the water in order to qualify. This is a super tournament on Kerr Lake coming up next weekend, July 23rd, 24th, I think. In order to fish the second day, you have to do good on the first day. You might have to do better than good. You have to be in the top 20% of the field. Top 20% make the second day cut. If you are in the top 20, if you do make the cut on day 1, you get paid. So that's another incentive of making the cut. But I've never been about money, never fished for money. I'm not fishing this next weekend for money. But what I do want to do is accomplish my goal that I set for myself back in March, make the top 45, see where I stand. Beginning of the year, we started with 199 pros and 199 co-anglers. The last tournament on Falls Lake, I want to say we had 130 boats or so. So out of 130, I'm sitting in 52nd place. Not where I want to be, of course, but I'm still in position to where I need to be. I'm still in position of where I can accomplish my goal, be in the top 45, and go to James River in October for a week. I want this bad. I've been chomping at the bit for 2 months now. I'm not satisfied with how I fished this year. I'm not satisfied with the quality of fish and the quality and the quantity of fish. I haven't caught a limit the entire year in any BFL. Overall, it's been a so-so year. I've caught some good fish and I've done some good things, but I'm disappointed in the way things have worked out so far. But all of that can be corrected with 10 more fish. 10 more fish. So, what's the game plan? Today is Saturday. I'm heading up to Kerr Lake next Thursday. Just like I've done all year, I've had 2 days of pre-fishing and then the tournament day on Saturday. I'm gonna keep that same procedure. I'm gonna go up, grab a hotel room. I live 2 hours away from Kerr Lake, long ways away. I've been unable to pre-fish up until, tournament time here next week. I don't know what's going on up on Kerr Lake right now. I know the water is low, dangerously low, from what I've heard. Stumps and rocks are starting to show. This kind of gives you something to target there, really. So I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what they're eating. I have no idea what colors or what kind of soft plastics or any of that kind of stuff. I have no idea. We're gonna figure it out. We are gonna figure it out. I'm gonna spend 10 hours on the water next Thursday, and I'm talking from safe light, sunrise, until about 6 o'clock at night. I mean, I'm staying on the water 10 to 11 hours on Thursday. This is my most important tournament of the year, simply because I have to do good in order to progress to the next level, to progress to the next tournament. It's extremely important, and I'm going to put my heart and soul into it. I'm going to put everything I got into it. I'm going to go broke trying to do it. Entry fees have been paid. My co-angler backed out on me, so I'm going up there not being linked. But from my understanding, there's a waiting list of co-anglers, so I should be okay. Worst case scenario, I get paired up boater on boater, which is not even going to work for me. I won't fish it if that happens. If I can't fish out of the front of my boat, I'm not going to fish at all. But I'm not worried about that happening. But my co-angler, my link, did back out on me. So I'm fairly confident I will be fishing. So I have no idea what's going on. Last time I fished Kerr Lake was actually our last BFL, the first one of the year. Ironically, that was my best tournament of the year as far as BFLs go. I ended the day with 4 fish for a little over 10 pounds. You know, I was 1 fish away from cutting the check, so, and I had a 4-pounder in that. I'll put the link here so you can see the video, the tournament recap of that one. So again, I've got no idea. I've got no idea what's going on. I got no idea where I'm going to go. I got no idea where I'm going to fish. On Thursday, my first pre-fishing day, I'm thinking I'm going to go to, let's see, we're putting in at Nutbush, which Nutbush is so far away from everything. I mean, it's a long ways away from the side of the lake I like a little bit better. So, I mean, it requires about a 45-minute run to where I like to go fish from Nutbush, at least in my boat. It's about doing 60 miles an hour, which isn't horrible, but God knows that is a lot of fishing time. That's an hour and a half of fishing time that you're missing from riding. But Nutbush is a giant ramp, so they have to put it on there, so I understand that. But on Thursday, my pre-fishing day, first pre-fishing day, I'm thinking I'm gonna go to the other side of the lake and try to see what's going on over there. I like that side of the lake, so if I go over there and stick a couple of fish, I'd rather stick them on Thursday than Friday. Give them a sore lip. On Friday, I'm probably gonna fish Nutbush. I'm probably just gonna fish that general area and just see maybe which side of the lake is producing better right now. And then come Friday night, I'll make a decision on where I want to go. I'm really hoping it's crankbait bite. Crankbait. And in a perfect world, I'll be able to go and get on a school of fish on Saturday morning and get a quick 5-fish limit and then pick up a jig and throw a jig the rest of the day. I really love a jig, and I love fishing with a jig. I'd rather do that than crank all day. I'd rather fish nice and slow with a jig than run around with the crankbait and topwater all day. But first thing, hopefully I can get on the topwater and a crankbait bite and put a quick limit together. Confidence wise, I'm relatively confident going into the tournament. Like I said, 10 fish away. From my understanding, 12 pounds out there right now is really good. You can almost count on 12 pounds, like they're eating really good. But you got to get on them. You got to know where they are. You got to know what to throw. So hopefully I'll be able to figure that out, and hopefully I'm gonna be able to put together a quick limit. And 2 days, 10 fish away from accomplishing my goal. I feel like if I catch 10 fish this weekend, if I weigh in 10 fish, I will be able to make the regional. So like I said, I'm putting all my eggs in one basket. I'm gonna go broke trying to do this next weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's that. That's the preview. That's what's going through my mind going up into the Super Tournament. I want to talk about one more thing real quick, and that is the proposed schedule for the Piedmont division next year. Now this is my first year in the BFLs, so I'm not sure how the schedule typically works, but I've seen the proposed 2018 schedule for the Piedmont division, and it's horrible. I mean, it's so bad, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to fish it. This could very well be my last BFL until 2019. The proposed schedule for the BFLs next year that I saw has 2 tournaments in 1 month. I want to say it's March 3rd and March 24th. The first one's on Kerr, great. It seems to be every year, the first one's on Kerr. The second one 3 weeks later is on Smith Mountain Lake, which is over 4 hours away from me. And then there's not another tournament, I don't think, until June. So you have 2 tournaments in March, I think. I have to go back. But either way, what I'm trying to tell you is there's a tournament on Smith Mountain Lake, a tournament on High Rock Lake. Those 2 tournaments together are 4 hours away from me each, one way. I'm 4 hours from High Rock, and I'm 4 hours from High Rock, and 4 hours from Smith Mountain Lake. Then the other tournament in the summer, I want to say it was July, was the James River. I'm about 3 hours from the James River. I had no idea. This is the Piedmont division. Piedmont. So the Piedmont is the middle section of North Carolina. I live way over here. I'm closer to the ocean than I'm smack dab in the middle. If you put Raleigh and Outer Banks on the map, I'm smack dab in the middle, near Greenville. And I am a long ways away from all of these places that they're wanting to fish. These places aren't even in the Piedmont. The James River's not in the Piedmont. I mean, maybe the BFLs aren't named. I mean, it's called the Piedmont Division. I'm assuming all the tournaments are going to be in the Piedmont. In my personal opinion, I think High Rock's too far away. I guess it's in the Piedmont technically, but it's a long ways away, and it really puts us guys in the East at a real disadvantage. I'm the only, I know one other guy that lives in my proximity that goes and fishes the BFLs like I do. One other guy here in the East. So I'm not real thrilled with the schedule for next season. The proposed schedule, I'm hoping something changes. I mean, why in the world would they have 2 tournaments in a 3-week time period? For a boater going, or a pro, entry fees are like $230. That's $460 in entry fees in 1 month. You're going to tack on lodging for that. If you go up and stay 2 days, let's say you get lucky and get a hotel for $80 a night. It's another $160 and $160 is another $340. I don't know, my math sucks. $320. So the tournament expenses for that month, ridiculous. I don't know who's coming up with that schedule, but it is not good. I don't know who we can send an email to, you know, I wouldn't say complain about it, but just say, hey, it's not ideal. So I'm not sure what's going to happen next year. This could be my very last BFL until 2019. I looked at the North Carolina division. That's along, I mean, they're over there, tournaments are over there on Norman. There is a closer one on Jordan Lake. Jordan's like 2 hours away, it's not too bad. But there's a North Carolina division, also has one on Kerr Lake. But I'd still have to go to Norman twice, I think. And again, it's a really long ways away. I'm like 4.5 hours from Norman. So I'm not real thrilled about the schedule coming up for next season. This could be my very last preview video for a while. And again, this could be my last BFL for a while. We'll see what happens. But that's my opinion on the proposed schedule for next year. And that's my preview video for Kerr Lake coming up next week. Like I said, putting everything I got into it, including everything on my bank account. You know, I'm gonna go broke trying to do this. I started something in March, and I'm gonna see it through. I'm gonna fish as hard as I can and do everything I can to try to progress to that very next tournament, qualify for that very next tournament, get in that top 45 and see what happens next month on the James River. Really looking, you know, if I do get to fish the James River, I'm kind of excited about that. I'm a river guy. I fish over here in the east on the Roanoke and the Tar and the Pamlico, so I'm kind of looking forward to that kind of environment. Beating the bank, I guess. So that's that. I appreciate everybody watching. I encourage you to follow me on Facebook, Jeffrey Davis Fishing. Just do a search for me, you'll find me. I haven't posted in a little bit. Like I said, I took a little bit of time off from fishing to, you know, handle things in my personal life and get my mindset right. But follow me on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. If you guys follow me, I'm always posting fishing stuff and videos and that kind of thing. Be sure to, you know, check back after the Super Tournament next weekend for a recap video. No matter how I do, if I don't even catch a fish, I will do a recap video, and we'll let you know how I did. So that's it, guys. Appreciate you watching.